Hello and welcome to this hip self massage that you can do when you're experiencing hip pain, and it could also help if you're having sciatica symptoms, depending on the cause of sciatica. So let me explain a little bit about what is going on with sciatica, and then we'll get started. My name is Swanson. I am a licensed massage therapist, and I'm going to call on my assistant, Bernie, to help. And we'll be massaging around the hip area, mainly on the pelvis. So right here along this bone, we're going to go below it onto the pelvis where the gluteal muscles are, off to the side to the gluteus maximus and even the gluteus medius. We have a muscle, we have several muscles, deep, hi Bernie. We have the deep six muscles here, we call them, and they are wrapping around from the pelvis. This particular one, the piriformis, goes from the pelvis to your femur. And underneath the piriformis, see those yellow lines coming in? Those yellow lines all come together. The nerves come together to make the sciatic nerve from the base of the spine, the lumbar vertebrae, and the sacral vertebrae. And they dive under this muscle here. When the piriformis is tight, it can squeeze on that nerve. Pressure on a nerve can cause tingling sensations down your leg. The nerve continues and splits off. It can go all the way down, the tingling sensations, to your foot. So usually this happens on one side. So basically what's happening is the sciatic nerve, which all these little nerves come together to make this big nerve going down the leg. It gets pressed on by the piriformis and it's squeezing on it. That can cause that shooting sensation. There are other causes of sciatica, like a herniated disc in your lumbar vertebrae or even arthritis. In today's massage, we will be in bed, or you can be on the floor, whatever's more comfortable for you. And you can use whatever you have that is comfortable for you, any lotion, any balm that you have around the house. So go ahead and grab that, get in bed, and get comfortable. Start by lying on your side. I recommend to be in bed. You can have one pillow under your head and either two pillows between your thighs, or you can have one folded in half between your thighs. And do any scooching you need to get comfortable here, and reveal your side of your hip area. I'm just going to reveal mine a little bit, but if you're at home, you can pull it down even more. And put some balm or lotion, if you have some, on your hands. Rub it in that one hand, the upper hand, and begin to just rub in the area, spreading the balm or lotion. You can do circular motions, find what feels good. So we're going on the side of the hip and a little bit to the back here. You can use your fingers or knuckles. And if you find a place that you'd like to do smaller circles in, you can do that. Do some smaller circles, exploring the area and breathing into it. And then once you've spread that balm, we are going to reach back, find the meatier area in the center of your glutes, and I'm going to use the base of my palm here and press. You could also use your knuckles, whatever works for you. And press here as you open your knee up and release it down. So doing a few clamshells here. So we're squeezing those muscles, those external rotators of the hip, and we're releasing them a few times. And then release and do your massage again. If you find a place you'd like to do the smaller circles with your fingers or knuckles, feel free. And breathe into it. Exploring. Improving circulation. Releasing endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that also have an analgesic effect, pain relief effect. Just by finding some pleasurable sensations here, you can override pain signals. Relax your arm for a moment. Just lie here on the side and just feel. Feel a wave of relaxation. And then we're going to flip on over and do the other side. So putting those pillows between your thighs, doing any movements you need to settle and get more comfortable here. And start by revealing the area and spreading the balm or lotion around your hip and upper side gluteal area. You can do some big circles with your fingers or knuckles, and maybe exploring with those smaller circles. And we're doing pretty moderate pressure here, maybe even moderate to firm. But if any time during this you feel any sharp pain, any increased pain, any numbness, tingling, shooting down your leg, of course, I want you to ease off the pressure and definitely stop if it's uncomfortable for you. You can always pause. And then finding that center of the gluteal muscle, pressing firmly, and let's do those clamshells on this side. So basically we're squeezing those muscles when we lift, we're engaging them, and then we're releasing them down. Try to really release them down. A few more of these. Keep breathing. And then massage again around the area. Exploring. Checking in. Pausing and just feel. Feel the resulting sensations. Feel the tissue around the area releasing as you release your inner thighs. Allow your body to rest fully on the side here. Noticing if you're holding any tension or resisting. Release. And we'll turn to lying on your back and have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor or the bed, and bring your fist under the side of your hips and find a place that feels good for you. So I'm just kind of rocking my knees side to side, moving my fists up and down, finding a rhythmic rocking action. And maybe I find a place that feels particularly good just to stay there with my fist. I like to have my fist so that the flat part of the fingers is down and this knuckle bony part is sticking into the tissue. But you can turn your fist in whatever way is comfortable for your hands. And then go ahead and keep one hand there. Come to center and hug that knee in toward your chest. Draw some circles with that knee. Hug that knee in and release down. We'll do the same thing other side. So put the other fist underneath, lifting up, draw some circles. Great thing about this is we're using our body weight to help with the massage. And then hug that knee in to center, pause a moment, and release down. Release your fists out of the way. Hug your right knee in toward your chest this time. And go ahead and do a figure 4 shape on your opposite thigh. Now we're going to grab that leg and bring it in slightly and just rock it side to side. And then come to stillness. You could either pause like this, holding it however is comfortable for you, or you can place it back on the thigh and come into a figure 4 pose by threading your arm And hand through that triangle that's created, grabbing the back of your opposite thigh, your left thigh in this case, and pulling it in. If that's not comfortable, just go back to the other version, holding the foot and knee. And take a few deep breaths here. You may feel a stretching sensation around your hips and gluteals. We're getting deep into the gluteals, to that piriformis muscle right now, which if you have sciatica due to piriformis syndrome, this can help. But for many of us, the piriformis tends to be tight. It tends to be a tender area if we sit a lot. So it's good to stretch into it. It's good to bring awareness into it. Notice what you feel. And then go ahead and release down. Pause a moment between sides. And then hug the left knee in toward your chest. Create that figure 4 shape with the left leg. Grab a hold of the knee and the foot and bring it in slightly, just rocking gently. You can either stay with hugging and holding the leg in wherever it lands here, or you can thread that left arm through the triangle that's created, grabbing the back of the right thigh and hugging it in. Find whatever's accessible for you today and breathe into the stretch. With each exhale, release a little further into the pose. And then go ahead and release down, putting both feet flat down. We're going to end with a pose called Baddha Konasana in yoga, or it really looks like a butterfly pose. So moving your fists up and under to the side of your hips. This will create a little bit of a massage and a little stability here actually as you bring the soles of your feet together and the knees come out. You're welcome to grab pillows and put them on the side of your thighs here for a little extra support. We won't be here for long. But as you settle in here, feel free to move your fists to a comfortable place for you and just rock side to side. Lifting one leg up gently and then the other, like you're flapping the wings of a butterfly. Perhaps you imagine where you might fly over. Somewhere in nature that you love to be. Hearing the sounds of the birds. And feel this sense of relaxation. As you absorb in nature. You can remove your fists and just let your legs fall open. You may need that support under the side of your thighs. It feels really good for me, so feel free to do that. It's a great thing about being in bed with pillows. And just end by settling. Imagine you're lying down, looking up at the clouds. Notice your breath as you watch the clouds pass by, morphing into different shapes. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. And feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. absorbing in the benefits of all that you just did for yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And if you enjoyed this practice or had any questions at all, feel free to write in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button so that you can be the first to know about my upcoming Wellness Wednesday videos. Thank you so much and be well.